Weirdmageddon is the 18th episode of Gravity Falls' second season, 38th overall, and first part to its finale. In it, Bill gets a physical form and starts taking over the town, and the humans have to fight back. Shenanigans ensue. During production, Alex really did not want the term Weirdmageddon gain leaked, so they gave this as the fake title. But using the Bluebird key from last episode, we can just decipher it into Weirdmageddon. In subsequent airings of the episode and on Disney Plus, it became a subtitle to the episode. So technically this episode is Weirdmageddon Part 1, Weirdmageddon. The episode begins as soon as the last episode ends, so technically that was Weirdmageddon Part 0. It's implied that Bill's been trapped in the Nightmare Realm as he takes over Falls, and we introduce his crew.
8-Ball! Cryptos! The being whose name must never be said!
Harry Potter reference.
It's Xanthar! Then of course there's also Teeth, Keyhole, Hexagon, Amorphous Shape, Veronica, Pacifier, and these guys. This is our town now, boys!
All of them were subtly hinted towards in Last Maplecorn. They were introduced basically just to give Bill someone to talk to during all this. Kryptos was originally supposed to be purple and named Andrew. Teeth is played by Brax from Space Ghost. And Veronica is played by Topanga. The intro starts off normal enough, but then whoa! The water tower says Gravity Falls in Caesar Cipher, and we get a full Bill theme song takeover. The Paul Bunyan comes alive, Bill takes over from Stan, the trees grow legs, the wind chime becomes Bill, 8-Ball takes over from Dipper, Teeth takes over from Mabel, Keyhole takes over from Stan, Hectagon takes Stan's seat, Blubs, Grenda, Manly Dan, and Tyler sit around the campfire. The page is now more obviously the Bill page. We see his big pyramid palace. The photos have all been replaced with Bill photos, some of which are inspired by the original, like the jackalope. The black and white cute Bill is like the vampire baby. The angry Bill is kind of like the angry gnome. And I guess like the one with the teeth is kind of like the Summerwing trickster. The photo on top is Bill literally replacing the main cast. And I like the detail of him even being out of the cipher wheel at the end. Originally, Bill was supposed to have a big song and dance number called It's Gonna Get Weird, but it was cut for time. Pacifica's dad tries surrendering to Bill, just to get his face inverted. How they were able to get away with this, but couldn't say spin the bottle, I'll never know. When we see the animals run out of the forest, we see the badger snake from Love God, a manicore from Dipper vs. Manliness, and a bunch of gnomes. One of the giant monsters running around Gravity Falls is a reference to Cthulhu. Ford tries blasting Bill, but he misses. Storyboard by Dan Terrace. He then gets captured and turned into a back scratcher. Dipper tries facing off with him, and Bill burns the journals. We see the pterodactyl from Land Before Swine. This is a very effective moment for Dipper, because he's also lost everything, from his family to the journals. He doesn't know what to do next. But then he comes across Wendy.
So glad to find you. I thought everyone I knew was gone.
Hey, it's okay. We have each other now. My dad made me and my brothers do apocalypse training every year instead of Christmas.
Well, that's terrible. It makes me wish we got the Wendy episode so we can discuss Wendy's terrible family. And maybe a Christmas in July episode. Like Stan's trying to scam everyone to buy Christmas decorations early. And then Wendy's upset that she's never actually had a Christmas. And Dipper wants to throw her a Christmas party. Then, I don't know, accidentally summons Krampus. Also, Toby Determine's there. And he's surrounded by a bunch of the animatronics from Zeus and the Real Girl. Toby was originally supposed to be sleeping in one, and we get a Star Wars reference with, I thought they smelled bad on the outside. Wendy's been hiding out in Edgy on Purpose from Zeus and the Real Girl. We can even see Robbie's sweatshirt. Might have been funny to see her burn it. Or even, wear it because all of her friends were captured and it's her way to remember them.
Don't call me Toby anymore. Call me Bodacious T.
No one will ever call you that.
The living water tower still has a hole in it from the last episode. This is the most relevant Wendy's ever been, as she cheers up Dipper and says they have to get to Mabel, who's currently in a big bowl on the other side of town. Meanwhile, old Bill is petrifying and capturing people. Then the Time Police and Time Baby show up to try and stop Bill, just for Bill to annihilate them. Group makes it to Gideon's dad's car place, but it turns out Gideon's taken it back over, and he's been given power by Bill, and he meets Wendy for the first time. Which you can tell by this graffiti saying Gideon stinks, which gets crossed out and says is awesome. There's also a tag showing a Bill face over Gideon's, which may or may not be a reference to an old fan theory saying that Gideon might become Bill. Gideon still has his jail friends. They are the inevitable apocalypse reference to Mad Max, with Wendy even calling them Discount Auto Warriors, referencing Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. Gideon standing on the back of a big guy is a reference to Master Blaster from Mad Max 3 Beyond Thunderdome. Master Blaster is a little guy sitting on top of a bigger guy. Gideon's rhinestone cowboy costume was originally going to be in an episode where him and Mabel become country western stars. Gideon still has the newspaper clipping from The Hand That Rocks to Mabel, which we see a little bit more of. Wendy and Dipper steal a cop car. I like the detail that it's Gideon's kind of Star of David, but it also has a Bill on it, which leads into yet another Mad Max reference, a big chase scene. Ghost Eye Semi has a 618 on it. The giant one-arm head was originally supposed to be played by comedian Louis C.K., but then Louis C.K. did a very naughty thing, so last second Alex just redubbed it. Should have been Andrew W.K. The group make it across a bunch of weird bubbles, which causes reality warps such as making them into birds, anime style. In the back we can see a kid and a monkey. This is a reference to Speed Racer. Spritle and Chim Chim the chimpanzee were characters in Speed Racer who quite often snuck into Speed's car to watch him race. There's Meat World and then Live Action World where they're still played by their voice actors, and originally this sequence was supposed to go on longer but was cut for time.
Ah! I have so many details! And fingers! Wendy, I'm a monster!
Whatever. I look good.
Gideon and Ghost Eye become the Money for Nothing music video, Gender Swap AU, and Old Timey Cartoon AU. Winnie and Dipper jump the Springfield Gorge and come across Soos, who became a folk hero, but Gideon actually surrounds them. We get a great scene with Dipper showing how far he's matured, telling Gideon off because his love for Mabel isn't reciprocated and locking her up in a cage is not going to help anything. If you really like her, go against Bill, which Gideon actually listens to. And he tells his guys to transform and roll out, and they go against Bill. And the episode ends with the group going to Mabel's cage. No Mabel Alpha check this episode because she just wears the same sweater from last episode the second we see her. And this is the only episode in the entire series she doesn't make a vocal cameo. Our key is still Bilfer, which is Bill Cipher with the C and B replaced. Our code is, it'll take 1,000 years for Time Baby's molecules to reconstitute. And when he's back, he's going to be very cranky. As well as Alex confirmed that all of the Time Police guys only sent like their essence or something and they're not actually dead, which is a total cop-out. Our page is, game is over and I won. Now it's time to start the fun. Always love corrupting lives. Now let's see which pine survives. Well, that's ominous. And this is a wonderful episode. I love the action, I love the weirdness, I love seeing the creativity of the episode, I love Wendy actually being important. It makes me wish we got to see more of her. I love seeing competent Dipper, and I love seeing all the emotion of the episode. And overall, I love Gravity Falls.